going on, guys? Back here live, Colin Heim from the U.S. Virgin Islands. Chess online educations and virtual tutorials and lessons, guys. What's up? Now we're watching, there on our screen there is Sven and Magnus Carlsen, world champion, classical, blitz, and rapid. And we are witnessing a game with Magnus Carlsen versus Grandmaster Levon Aronian. 2773. Armenia's #1, world's top super talent. And so far, Magnus Carlsen is down one game. Having to defend now against Levon Aronian. Something like e6 now, attacking the d5 knight. Knight captures, queen captures, so queen f6 now. And c3, how to develop normally and not allow black to activate his pieces. Queen d8 now asking questions of white, says Magnus Carlsen. And Magnus Carlsen lost 2 games in a row, guys. He lost the opening game and he also lost the next game, and then now he just won a game previously with the white pieces. Bishop e7, now asking if white's going to castle. White does castle, black castles. And okay, now we see rook d1, queen c7. Pretty normal stuff from black here. A4 from Levon Aronian conducting white. Magnus Carlsen kind of makes a snooty face. He doesn't know what to say about it. b6. Queen e2, bishop e7, bishop f4, rook fd8. Should white play h4, h6? Very strange sort of setup here with h6 and h4, and a knight still on f3. Bishop on f4, and now g4. Knight e5, knight captures, pawn captures, bishop back to g3. And white has to come up, Magnus Carlsen conducting black pieces has to come up with something now. And look at Magnus Carlsen's rating, guys, 2,863, just a massive rating. Bishop c6 now from the world champion. Undisputed. And the engine likes Levon Aronian's position by 0.5 nodes, so f3 and b5. Now saying, you can take on b5 if you want with the a-pawn, or you could take with the bishop. Takes with the a-pawn. Black captures with the a-pawn. A takes b5. Now the question now is if Levon Aronian conducting white is actually going to take a8 here, and he does. Rook takes a8, rook takes a8. Exactly as I'm saying, guys, it's happening. Okay, by the way, I want you guys to understand exactly what I'm saying is actually happening on the board here, so that you guys know that I actually know what I'm talking about. Okay, this is all about qualification here. Okay, so bishop e8, bishop drops back, queen to b2. And despite what appears to be sort of like up a pawn, why? Because those double pawns on the e file are just not, they're not coaxing anything for black right now. Rook c1 now by white. King d8, attacking the bishop now on d3. One minute for world champion Magnus Carlsen. 1 minute 37 seconds for Levon Aronian. Exchange of bishops was offered by the world champion on h4, denied by Levon Aronian, Armenia's #1. Bishop f6 now, offering exchange again. Let's see if the world champion denies. He may deny the exchange, the offer. What do we think here, guys? Do we think Magnus Carlsen has a chance at actually winning this game and then drawing the odds at 2 games a player? Is he going to win 2 in a row here? Something like the likes of bishop e2 now attacking the queen on d8, forcing the queen for something like queen b6 check, saying you have to play queen b6 check. Instead, no, Carlsen plays queen e7. He says, no, I'm not going to let you capture on f6, because then if I open up the g file with g takes f6, then that's going to cause problems for my king on the king side. So now White has to come up with something now with 47 seconds on the clock. Both teams are drawing. Now bishop d6, immediately rook e7 played to avoid the bishop. Bishop attacks again on c5, queen c7, and just evading that attack now. King h2 by Levon Aronian. King h2. Sorry, not h2, king g2. h5 though now from world champion spinner Magnus Carlsen. G takes h. Queen e5. Now threatening queen g5 check. King is exposed. Queen d2 is not going to do it because the h5 pawn was hanging. Queen takes h5. Carlsen better now. Queen g6 check after rook swings over to h1 attacking the queen. King has no chance but to go back to f2. And now we have position here. How's it looking, guys? What do you think? Given the world champion's expression on his face, is he believing in this position that he can come back with the black pieces against Levon Aronian? Elite Grandmaster, very serious Grandmaster, Levon Aronian, by the way, guys. Queen goes to f6 after the rook g1 attack. Queen g5, queen takes, rook takes g5, bishop c3, but now by Magnus Carlsen, just trying to make up more room for that rook. Well, bishop e7 now by Levon Aronian, and after bishop d4, it looks like black is in complete control. The engine loves this for black, by the way, guys. Look at the bar over there. The black bar says over 3.5, a point and a half at 3.5 now. So that's 1.5 points. Probably by Stockfish 11, I'd imagine. King goes to e1. Bishop to e3. Now threatening a check, forcing the bishop to drop back to d1. White looks almost completely lost here now. Black has almost complete initiative. Maybe White has lost all hope. 8 seconds on the clock. 13 seconds on the clock. World champion, f5. World champion, f5. Rook c2 by Levon Aronian, now attacking the rook on c1. Denies exchange. Rook to a1. Rook to c8, forcing the king to drop out now to f7, and rook c7 and king to g6. King from f7 to g6. Bishop f4 after king e2. e4. Bishop to d2 after rook c5. F takes e. That's the e4 now. e4 pawn, it captures. Wow, guys, this is just... They're fighting eternally now. Bishop captures. Black should be winning. White should maybe just resign. Rook c7. King g8, yes, Magnus Carlsen, world champion. Looking to win 2 games in a row now. Okay, now there's a check on h5. No, denying it. Okay, captures. Rook c2, rook e8 check, king f7, rook b1, rook c5, king f4, pushing that g-pawn now, guys, getting the king now to f6. Engine still loves this for black, by the way. It says black almost completely winning in this position with 2 pawns now, guys. 2 pawns to the greater for Magnus Carlsen. Let's watch and learn, guys. Let's watch and learn how to win it. Now only 1 pawn up, but this b pawn is a passer pawn, and Levon Aronian should probably just resigns, although he has 4 seconds, 3 seconds on the clock now. King a3 now just desperately trying to stop the pass pawn, and there is no way after rook c3, nowhere to go. Levon Aronian resigns, loses with white pieces against Magnus Carlsen, and Magnus Carlsen is tied back 2-2. Thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Much more to come in the future. We will post the results of this particular match at the end of the match, and I will let you guys know in the comments section or in the description for the video. Thanks, guys. Have a wonderful day. See you on the other side.